So banks actually have a trick that lets them create money out of nowhere, and yes, it's completely legal. Which is impressive because usually when I create money out of nowhere, it's called counterfeiting, and I go to jail. Basically, when a bank gives you a loan, it doesn't hand out money it already has. It just types in new numbers, and congratulations, money has been created. Kind of like spamming motherlode in The Sims. So if banks can just do that, why can't they make everyone rich? Why does the government allow it? And why is the entire economy built on something that looks exactly like cheating at Monopoly? Well, when you deposit cash, banks don't actually keep it all. They are required to keep a fraction of it, just in case you actually want your money back. The rest, they can lend out. This is called fractional reserve banking. Now let's pretend money is like Pokemon cards. Imagine you have 10 Pokemon cards and you put them in a bank. The bank keeps one card safe in a box and lends 9 cards to your friend, Timmy. You still technically own 10 Pokemon cards, and Timmy now has 9 Pokemon cards to use. The total number of cards in play becomes 19, even though we started with only 10. Then Timmy takes his 9 cards and gives them to another friend, Angela, to bribe her into doing his homework. Angela brings these 9 cards to her bank for safekeeping. That bank keeps one card safe in a box and loans the rest to Bobby. So now, although you and Angela don't own any physical cards, you still own 10 cards, and Angela owns 9, according to your bank records. And Bobby has 8 cards in hand. This cycle of depositing and loaning keeps going until the total number of cards keeps growing, even though there were only 10 physical Pokemon cards to start with. Okay, so what if everyone suddenly wants their Pokemon cards back? Well, the bank wouldn't have enough cards in the box. Remember, it only keeps a fraction of every deposit. The rest are out being lent. Similarly, if too many people show up at once asking for their money, the bank can't cover it. That's called a bank run. In fact, banks actually rely on the fact that most people don't want all their money at the same time. Now you're probably thinking, why don't banks just create unlimited money so everyone can buy yachts? Well, turns out they can't. So I'm stuck with my Corolla. Banks make money by giving out loans, and those loans have to be paid back by the borrowers. But if they just created endless money, prices would skyrocket, and the money everyone owes would be worth less. That means borrowers might struggle to pay back, and the bank would lose money.
Oh my.
Basically, printing unlimited money would crash the economy, and banks wouldn't make a dime. Second, the government's watching. Central banks, like the Federal Reserve, play babysitter by setting rules on how much banks can lend. If banks are lending too much and things are getting crazy, the Fed cranks up interest rates, basically the extra cost you pay when you borrow money, to make borrowing harder. So why does the government allow this? Well, because, believe it or not, this weird system actually keeps things running. Without banks creating money through loans, there wouldn't be enough cash for businesses to expand, people to buy houses, or for you to finance that artisanal coffee shop you're definitely not qualified to run. The economy would grind to a halt, and we'd all be back bartering with Beanie Babies. Plus, the government gets to borrow a lot of this new money to fund things like roads, wars, or whatever they're spending $6 trillion on this year. But here's the strangest part. This whole system only works because we all agree it works. Like pretending my uncle's investment advice isn't actually a pyramid scheme. Those numbers in your bank account, they're only valuable because everyone believes they are. If we all woke up tomorrow and decided it's monopoly money, the economy would collapse. And that's why it feels like cheating at Monopoly, because it kind of is. Except instead of sneaking an extra $200 when you pass go, banks are creating 90% of the money supply while we all nod along, pretending we're not one bad day away from the economy imploding like a house of cards in a windstorm. So, next time you're blowing your cash on a new game or a burger, just know you're not just buying stuff. You're feeding this bizarre system where banks make money out of thin air and we all act like it's totally fine. Hope you like playing along.